Speaking against the motion that the IPL is good for cricket, welcome to the stage Mr. Nigel Henderson!
Do you remember the time when you first fell in love with cricket? It wasn't the intricacies of the LBW decision, it wasn't the mysteries of the leg break, it wasn't the delight of an unlikely last wicket stand that captivated you. Appreciation of these things came later. Surely it was the sights, the expanse of green, the whites, the multicoloured caps, and the sound of the crack of leather on the willow, the plaintive howl of how's that breaks the silence. In other words, pure aesthetic of the thing. I find, probably almost half a century after first being taken to a local park by my father to watch a Saturday afternoon game, that driving past that same park today, driving past any park or ground today where there is cricket on, I'm tempted to stop, get out and watch for a few minutes. And that's not because I'm interested in the result, or that I think I will spot a future superstar in the game's midst. It's because I'm drawn by its simple sights and sounds. There's a serenity to it, a meditative quality. But the IPL, in a wider sense the 2020 game as a whole, does not have that. Sure, there is colour, there is light, there is sound, but we have all things in overload. There's no room for the silences that, as in music, give the noise meaning and give the noise its shape. Psychologists may have discovered that you really can have too much of a good thing, that wealth beyond a certain level will not increase your happiness, that too much food and sex yields not satisfaction and satiation. I don't know. Yet the IPL brings us more of everything. More boundaries, more wickets, more innovations, more advertising slogans, more logos, more colours. Don't get me started on the red and gold worn by the Royal Challengers Bangalore. The most nauseating of colour combinations imposed on the watching public, I would say. I grant you the IPL has brought new approaches. Batsmen are more innovative, bowlers too, and fielders. But when it comes down to it, what would you rather see? What brings you spiritual pleasure to the bottom of your socks? The dill scoop or the perfectly executed extra cover drive? The slower ball bouncer or the perfectly delivered away swinger? Sucking the batsman into edging to a hungry slip cordon. Slip cordon? Where would you see that in the IPL? Skills, generations in the making, are being lost to the game. Edges will be of no consequence as they fly 2 bounces to third man. The brilliance of close catching will disappear from the game. Batsmen will not have to acquire the art of building innings. Bowlers will rarely need to master the art of setting a batsman up. Is this progress? I don't think so. The freedom that comes with the IPL, where players are less afraid of losing their wickets, is meaningless. To express true freedom, you have to overcome fear in the process. Okay, the IPL has brought financial security to cricketers who rarely before had that. But now, with the threat of an ESL-backed 2020 Champions League, the attempt to make the shortest form of the game the preeminent one, ridiculous sums of money are being tossed about, being talked about. Cricket becomes merely another branch of the corporate entertainment industry, an offshoot of football. And if we thought the disconnect between performers and supporters was bad now, this is just the beginning. What will happen when the likes of Davey Warner and A.B. de Villiers are earning $4 million a year? Will they still want to play for their countries in front of a few hundred in Dominica? And why do we need such huge squads in the IPL? A number of players denied to their countries or their counties barely feature, just making up the numbers. Who benefits from that? Not even the franchises who pay thousands for their skills. And what about the changing cricket lexicon? Paddle sweep, ramp shots, maximums, timeouts, and the despoiled cricket commentary in the process. There's no time for insight in the IPL, and so we have cheerleaders instead of commentators. I heard a recent description of cricket as art with competition, but the IPL strips away most of the art, and what are we left with? It's my contention that the IPL is not only bad for cricket, but bad for the development of humanity itself.
Wow. That was kind of beautiful, Hendo, I've got to say. That was so nice. And by the way, if you'd like it and you want to publish it in any publication whatsoever, it is available.